Welcome to the City of Florissant podcast, where we talk anything and everything related to the beautiful City of Florissant.
Hi, I'm Mayor Tim Lowery, and welcome to the latest edition of the Mayor's Podcast Show. With me today is the Director of Public Works for the City of Florissant, Todd Hughes, and the Street Superintendent, Jason Timme. Gentlemen, I appreciate you guys joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
So we're going to discuss streets and the street projects around the City of Florissant. So Todd, why don't you talk about what's going on in 2024, what's already been done, and what we got coming up this year?
Sure. At the Public Works Department, we're working on a total of 74 streets this year. Now, that is just the streets that we are touching, the number of streets we are touching. Our major streets, which is full slab replacement of the entire street from side to side, is occurring on South Jefferson Street, St. Madeleine Lane, Robinwood Drive, Pebble Lane, and Kingsley Drive. Now, those are pretty much completed. All the road surfaces should be back open and drivable. They're doing some of the side work like the driveway tie-ins, that type of stuff. They're doing a lot of that stuff currently today. Then the slab replacement streets that we are working on, there's quite a list there. Bluebird Drive, Armada Court, Leadyard Lane, Drive, Aspen Drive, Soundview Court, Torero Lane, Shirley Drive, Goldfinch Drive, Herbst Drive, Talon Drive, Cobblestone Creek Drive, Birchman's Lane, Laven Avenue, Flower Ridge, Radcliffe Drive, Meadowland Drive, Birch Bark Drive, High Willow Drive, and Birch Lawn Drive. So that is something they are currently starting on. So that will be the streets impacted by that. And then later in the year, we will be doing some asphalt restoration work. This is just going to be a spray-on application. The streets that are in that are Bluff Drive, Marissa Drive, Mullen Drive, Greeley Drive, Old Charbonier, Albert Drive, Croftdale Drive, Keevan Lane, Angelus Drive, Kathleen Court, Lemondale Drive, Limedale Lane, Lilac, Orangedale, Harrison, St. Pierre, North Costello, Abishon, Boone, Lafayette, La Havre Circle, and St. Eugene. St. Jean, St. Marie, St. Maurice, St. Patrice, Brown Street, St. Louis Street, North St. Charles Street, Churchill Downs, Champlain, St. Dennis, and St. Jean in Ward 6, St. Michael Street in Ward 6, North Duchesne, Bel Air Terrace, Belmont Terrace, Calumet Lane, Steeplechase Lane, Suffolk Place, Aintree Lane, Banstead, Martin Drive, Martin Court, Palomino Lane, and Sorrel Drive. So those are all the streets that will get the Reclamite coating on them, and that is something that they spray on. It sits for a couple of hours, and then they are able to drive on it again.
Is that a newer product that we're using? I think we used to use slurry seals. We're trying something different this year now?
We are trying something different. We've done it in the past. It's a once every 5-year application on this, and what it does is it rejuvenates, and it's called an asphalt rejuvenator. So it rejuvenates that and helps keep it sealed up so that it stays a nice solid surface.
So 74 streets that we're going to do some kind of replacement or repairs to this year. Seems like a lot, but I know we have a lot of streets, obviously, in the city of Florissant.
Correct.
What is the process for you guys to determine which streets are going to be repaired in any given year?
So every year, the street superintendent and I go over a list of streets. Jason actually does the ratings of the streets, and so we work based upon the worst streets to the best streets. So we'll do the worst streets first, right, working our way up. So they're given a grade kind of like a letter grade or not a letter grade, a number grade in school. So they would range anywhere from, say, a 40 to 100%.
Okay.
So
and 40 being the low side?
40 would be the low side, yes.
Okay, so nothing ever goes below that rating of 40?
No. We don't have, I believe our lowest rating currently is in the 50s.
Yeah. Okay.
So we don't have any that low. Pacer actually goes down further than that, but I don't think we have anything below a 50.
Very good.
Currently.
So, Jason, this time of year, obviously a big issue with our streets are our potholes. I mean, this is something that obviously everybody faces, but can you kind of address the pothole issue in the city of Florissant?
Absolutely. We had a very cold January, I'm sure everybody remembers, and that, you get those freezing, super cold weather, and the potholes just seem to appear from nowhere. And that happened. And then, you get a lot of rain. That happened. So at this point, we're catching up and just trying to, assess everything and doing pothole patching every day,
Yeah, when I drive around the city, that's what I'm seeing right now is the street department out there in different areas doing pothole repair, and it's a big task. I mean, we have a lot of potholes just because, like I said, the bad winter that we've already had in the rough January.
Yeah, and we've gotten back to, we're pretty close, but obviously if anybody sees potholes, feel free, call street department, let us know. We don't drive every street every day, and with these temperatures and this weather, they tend to come out of nowhere all of a sudden, and we might not see them. So by all means, they can call and let us know, and we'll get out there and fix them.
Yeah, I know the street department's been working hard to get that taken care of, so we certainly appreciate that. Jason, another issue that we have is that people complain about streets that maybe the city doesn't maintain. Two of them are like the Washington Street and New Florissant. Could you kind of explain what's going on there and who's responsible for these other streets within the city of Florissant?
Absolutely. So we do get a lot of calls, how big potholes, how bad the potholes are. The city does not maintain every street that runs through the city. So some examples would be Lindbergh, MoDOT, your side roads off of the highways, Dunn Road, Howdershell, those are all MoDOT roads. New Halls Ferry, part of it's MoDOT, part of it's St. Louis County. Washington, Charbonier, Florissant Road, all St. Louis County. So city does not have anything to do with those streets and filling those potholes. We will be happy to report any issues. If you want to call the street department directly, you can also obviously contact MoDOT or St. Louis County. But in lieu of that, we will report those for you. I'm not going to say we have any more pull than anybody else, because I've had, you've told me plenty of them.
I made phone calls myself. Absolutely.
Right, and they don't necessarily, get there any faster or slower maybe, but we will definitely report them if you turn them into us.
So I know one major project that St. Louis County is hopefully going to get to this year, and we've been kind of promised in the past that was going to be done already, is the Washington Street project. Maybe one of you guys want to discuss that?
Sure. We had some information given to us just the past couple of days. St. Louis County is still in the property acquisition phase of that project, and once that's completed, they will move to the construction phase. So hopefully by the middle of summer, they'll be moving to that construction phase.
And what about New Florissant Road? I mean, there's a lot going on right now with the utilities, and I know we get a lot of complaints about that also. But
Sure.
That's got to be something we got to be a little patient with, and then obviously there's going to be a major repair there also.
Correct. Yeah, county has already got received a funding grant for New Florissant Road from Washington to Highway 67, which is Lindbergh there. So that's why earlier this year, or last year rather, Missouri American Water was in there replacing their water main. Now, on the other side of New Florissant Road, the southern end there by 270, basically from Banger Park south, MSD is actually doing some improvements there because, again, St. Louis County's got a federal project that's going to be coming through and redoing that portion of the street as well. Don't have a time frame on that one yet, but we have sent a letter of support for them. They've received it, but I don't remember what their time frame is for construction on that one.
So some of the state roadways through the city of Florissant, can you give us an update on those?
Sure. In 2024, the state is going to be doing some work on Lindbergh, U.S. Highway 67, Route AC, which is New Halls Ferry Road, and Route N, which is part of New Florissant Road. They're going to be doing some culvert rehabs in those areas, the stormwater stuff underneath there. They're also going to be working on Route 67 Lindbergh for doing some joint repairs from Missouri Bottom Road in Bridgeton all the way to Highway 367. Okay. So those will be happening in 24. And in 25, they're going to be doing some resurfacing basically from New Halls Ferry to 367. So they'll resurface that. And in 26, they'll be doing from 270 to New Halls Ferry.
So obviously between us, the county, and the state, there's a lot going on with our roadways. Is we just have to be patient and understand that we drive the same roadways and we see the issues, and we're certainly going to do everything we can to get those repaired.
Absolutely.
Well, I really appreciate you guys joining me today and giving us an update. Thank you. This concludes another edition of the Mayor's Podcast Show. We are Florissant Strong. Thank you.